Now, we are done with this. We are ready, and we're done with this. Garbage. So, the next step, we will need something to catch this 0.22 filtered water in. If you need 0.22 filtered water, or 0.02 filtered water, sorry. If you need 0.02 filtered water for anything, then you can save it in a new container and use that. For our purposes today, I'm just going to catch it in the same container because we don't need it for anything. So, now, the preparation is basically the same thing for the 0.02 filter. Remember to use sterile technique as much as possible. I understand that you're on a ship and it's much more difficult to do it cleanly in a ship than it is in the lab. Thank you. And now, when you pour the water into the filter at this point, it's not going to drip out immediately like it does with the Sterivex. So it's not as important to hold your container underneath it, but you can still.
So right now you're pouring the 0.22 filtrate into the syringe.
Yes. Because we're not actually concerned with the 0.02 filtrate, we just want to catch the size of particles that is between the 0.02 and the 0.22. So now we take it back out, put the plunger back in. This is very gentle because you don't want to burst the filter. You're going to hear a pop, and that's normal. There's the pop, and now you can mount it back into the thing. However, there's obviously some space here. I typically just push it until, push it up until it gets in there. Otherwise, you can use your hand until you get to that point. But remember to be gentle because these filters burst fairly easily. I don't think you...
Nope, I learned how to pause.
Oh,
for what it's worth. Oh, it's making a new video now.
That's okay, we can spice it together.
Okay.
Alright, so now the 0.02 filter and syringe with the 0.22 filtered water inside of the syringe is into the can crusher. We take the can crusher and very gently, with steady pressure, push the filtrate through.
And it's normal that it's just going to drip out.
Yes, only a few drops will come out at a time. You can pause it and we can just start again.
Ready?
Magically, we've finished most of the plunging. So now, you're probably getting tired, and your hand probably is tired, and you don't want to do this anymore. However, this is the most critical portion. So you want to make sure that you don't push very hard through this filter. So as you can see, most of the water has gone through now. You have to get down in there and make sure that you're not pushing too much air through because you don't want to burst the filter. At this point, there's like one drop left. It's kind of just hanging out there. It's probably not going to come off. So, since again we don't care about that 0.02 filtered water today, we're just going to take that filter off, and I usually save this, the place that it came in, and put it back in there for now because we have more water to filter. So now, we're going to do the same procedure, basically, that we did with the 0.22 filter. We took the plunger out, we screw the syringe back onto the .02 filter, place it back into our can crusher, pour our .22 filtrate into the syringe, there should be approximately 50 mils left, and now we put our plunger back in. Remember to wait here, listen for the pop. There's a click. And now we just push the rest of our filtrate through. Again, you can start it by hand, but if you're going to be doing a lot, I might suggest putting it directly into the can crusher. And now begin the crushing again. So now again we're getting to the end magically. Again, we want to apply light pressure but steady pressure. And get down in there and make sure that you're not pushing too much air through. Right now we're just getting to the end of the water, and I see the last drop of water go through the filter, and that pretty much does it. Once the drops start to hang on that filter, you're pretty much done. So now I usually unscrew the filter before removing the pressure, but don't push anymore when you're doing that. And now
Gotta label the filter.
you label the filter. You might need to dry it off a little bit with a piece of sterile Kim wipe. Lab joke. With the date, location, and depth. Obviously you don't need to label that it's a .02 filter because it's labeled right here. And it's shaped differently. So now we are going to wrap it up by stretching the parafilm a little bit. It is now wrapped. And again, we take our foil and wrap it up like a little present so that the label is on the outside. And now stick it in your Ziploc and then store it in the -80. Oh, I guess I'll go do that. Store it in your -80 until you are ready for extraction. The end.